course, you've got the Sierra Nevada, which rumour has it Alanis Morissette calls Jagged Little Hill. I made that up. Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those, ironically, pertains to terrain, a pond being part of that terrain. And if you look at the two countries, you'll notice quite a discernible difference between the two. Now, before any fellow Brits look at the title of this video and come at me with their hiking sticks, just know that I'm in the same camp as you. I want to grow old, I want to wear a farmer's jacket, I want to wear a flat cap, not a flat cap, and I want nothing more than to see out my days bird watching in Water, actual birds, not. But the truth is, when it comes to terrain, when it comes to the landscape, Britain ain't got nothing on America. Now again, put down your hiking sticks. This isn't an attack on Britain in any respect. It's just that America is much larger, and when it comes down to it, I have an obsession with size. So it's about me, not about you. And when I say America is much larger, what do I mean? Well, I mean a few things. I mean that firstly, in terms of area, it's far bigger than the United Kingdom. The entirety of the United Kingdom. You could take the whole United Kingdom and stick it in 11 whole states and then have room for more. If you include water territories into this and you look at the state of Alaska, you can actually take the whole of the United Kingdom and its water territories and put it into Alaska and its water territories 7 times. It's massive. And one of those other states that happens to be larger than the entire United Kingdom is Arizona. Well, what's in Arizona? I think you know. It's called the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon gives you some perspective on just how large America is, right? Do you know how big the Grand Canyon is? Have you ever asked that question? Well, you can take the entirety of the Grand Canyon and stretch it from Brighton to Liverpool. Good luck catching a train through that. So America's massive. You wouldn't want to run across it unless you're Forrest Gump. And we could talk about size all day long. Anybody that watches this channel on a regular basis will know that I do. It's Freudian. What can I do about it? Indeed, even if we were to talk about the perceived mundane terrain of the United States, like, you know, the Great Plains or the Midwest, which are predominantly flat, they still have the fact that they run north to south 2,000 miles. And consider the fact as well that America's second longest river, the Mississippi, actually stretches most of that from up in Minnesota down to Louisiana and into the Gulf of Mexico. It's crazy. You could technically take a boat from the top of America all the way to England just using that very river. I mean, I wouldn't do it. It'd be a bit... You just catch a plane. So there's a lot of mileage in America, that's what I'm saying. East to west, north to south, it doesn't matter which direction you go in. It could take you a long time to get to your destination. But there's one other type of distance we haven't yet spoken about. I mean, I touched upon it when I talked about the Grand Canyon, and that is vertical distance. Now, to Britain's credit, a lot of people don't realise that it is actually quite mountainous. You can go to Snowdonia in Wales. I've done it myself. It's a beautiful place. I'd happily do it again. I'm going to take the wife there one day. There's the Lake District, one of my favourite and most scenic places in the whole of England, and somewhere I did take the wife against her will. And then, of course, there's the tallest mountain in the entire United Kingdom, Scotland's Ben Nevis. We absolutely love it, if only because it's an answer to a trivia question. And look at it. It thinks it's absolutely massive at 4,400 feet. But that is like bringing a Swiss Army knife to an aerial dogfight. But you see, in the United States, there are countless mountains that are larger than Ben Nevis, and it just feeds my obsession even more. And most of those are in the Rocky Mountains. I've been to the Rocky Mountains. This is me climbing my first ever Rocky Mountain. Well, it was more of a hill, so I won't include that in the data. But this is me just a few hundred miles south in Salt Lake City, Utah, where there is a mountain that's just casually about the same size as Ben Nevis. And that's just a random mountain. I mean, that's nothing. You look at Mount Denali. It's the largest mountain in the entire United States. Do you know how big it is? It's 5 times the size of Ben Nevis. And don't get me wrong, sure, size isn't everything, but when it comes to mountains, people kind of think that it is. I mean, name a single mountain, you're probably going to say Everest or one of those, because it's tall. People like big things. I'm not alone. I feel validated in my obsession now that I thought this through. We all like things that are truly and utterly a little bit large. And while we're on the subject of mountains, let's walk that trail back to the Rockies, because there's something interesting about the Rockies. I flew over the Rocky Mountains, and I got to see most of them from above. And what struck me was just how unbelievably diverse the terrain was from south to north. And I don't want to give the impression that the Rockies is somehow the only mountain range in the United States. I mean, of course, you've got the Sierra Nevada, which rumour has it Alanis Morissette calls Jagged Little Hill. I made that up. And then on the other side of the Great Plains, on the other side of the Midwest, is Appalachia, another mountain region that I've had the good fortune to visit, and is very beautiful, again, very diverse, and very different from what you would see out west. And so not only is America really large, it's topographically vast. I could go on all day about this. I've only touched on specific areas, but you've got so many other types of terrain, like the sort of dry desert areas of New Mexico, or the tree-laden landscape of the Pacific Northwest, or the lakes of the Great Lakes. And that right there is why Britain ain't got nothing on the United States. Still, the Cotswolds are quite nice, aren't they? That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite terrain is, whether that's in the United States, the United Kingdom, or elsewhere. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that my videos don't get lost in the pond. And a Grand Canyon size shout out to all of my patrons without whom these videos would not be possible. From the research to the technical equipment to the health cost after falling into a ravine, every penny matters. If you would like to become a patron today, you can do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond. Anybody that becomes a patron will get access to my secret live stream, and anybody that pledges $5 or more a month will get access to that, plus my secret podcast and more. Until next time, goodbye. Thank you for watching this episode of Lost in the Pond. Don't forget to hit my stupid little face to subscribe, and please share this video with the world. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and if you would like to support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond.